King Cam with Ujumbe podcast, and Ujumbe means message. I am glad that you are here with us one more time. If you haven't, we are on every platform. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Music. Yeah, that's a new one, Amazon Music and Fountain. And so we're on every major podcast platform there is, but I am glad that you are here with me one more time to engage into a little bit of information. All right, here we go. Without any further ado, let's get down to the business. All right, King Cam night school session. This is session 4. Okay, this is session 4. All right, so, and what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about chapter 3 of Basil Davidson's Lost Cities of Africa. Okay, this is chapter 3, part 2, the kingdoms of the old Sudan. But what's different about this one, right? What's different about it? The question is, what is the land of gold? What is the land of gold? Okay, so, but, of course, most importantly, this course is an introduction to African history. It is geared just for you. It's designed to foster a life of learning. As you can see, I'm always learning something. I'm trying to learn something new every day. There's always room for improvement. And just a little backstory, this week has been pretty interesting. Before I get into the content, we had homecoming this week. And parades and all the things. And, we dressed up and did all kinds of things. So today is Friday and this is game day. They just had a pep rally. Did I attend? No, I didn't. I didn't go to the festivities today. I had to prepare for you guys. So, but next time, I'm going to the event. All right. So, all right. But yes, this course is an introduction to African history, and it's geared for you, and it's designed to foster a life of learning. And now, this session will be once a week, and also it will go over a few readings on the continent, be it black or white authors. So, of course, I always push the pro black authors or the scholars, because there are some authors, but they're not scholarly. You understand? So, I like the Dr. Benz, Dr. John Henry Clarkson, many others. We're going to get into those, but there are some authors such as Basil Davidson that gives it from a different perspective. Okay. Do I agree with everything he says? No, I don't. But however, he's pretty solid. Okay. But you guys know a few more authors. By all means, you can type them or put them in the chat or in the comment. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And but somebody asked me a question: are there any other civilizations in Africa outside of Kemet? Yes, there is. I know we do focus on Kemet and Kush, but the continent of Africa is vast. Okay, and so this book does a pretty good job at that. It goes into the sub-regions of Africa. This is based on the UN sub-regions of Africa. You see, you have the Northern Africa, Western Africa, Central, Southern, and Eastern. But of course, we understand that the Nile River Valley is 4,100 miles, going from like Kenya to Uganda all the way up to the Mediterranean. And it kind of messes this regionalized idea up. But this is how the book kind of subdivides some of that information, and it makes it easy for us to understand. And so this book is pretty strong when it comes down to the regions, and there are some hidden gems in this book. I was caught by surprise last week, and the more I read this book before, I read it when I was in college, but the Lost Cities of Africa, I read it again, and I'm seeing it differently now. So let's get into it, right? So let's recap. What was the main idea from last week in chapter 3? After Cush fell, according to Davidson, where did the people go? Do you remember? You can comment on that. Do you remember from last week? Do you remember where did they go? Where did they migrate to? Okay, I'm not going to tell you. Last time y'all caught me slipping. I ain't going to do it this time. See, I'm smart. So What is, or where is the Bilal is Sudan? Do you remember? Okay. And what is, according to Basil Davidson, the Old Sudan? Okay. According to Basil Davidson, what is the Old Sudan? What is this place? And what was the ancient craft of ironworking? That was a thing. Okay, of course we know about the stone workers and so on, but there was people that cast iron and they had a certain set of skills. All right, but this time, don't forget our objective. We're going to identify and discuss the concepts in the book entitled The Lost Cities of Africa, Chapter 3. And the kingdoms of the Old Sudan. What is the land of gold? That is the major question we're going to try to answer. What is this land of gold? Okay, there's some other questions we're going to get into, and hopefully we're going to answer them today. Yeah. Okay, so one of the questions is, how were they described by the Europeans? We're not talking about the Europeans now. We're talking about the Europeans that were there, that saw them. And what place was called the land of gold? And what was the means of financing this city? We're going to try to answer those questions today. All right. Now, the Bilal Sudan, or land of the blacks, was a term used by Arab traders who wrote about this region. In the chapter, it simply meant west of or Western Sudan, and it spanned an estimated 4,000 miles, beginning from the country Sudan to Mali. That is a lot of space. That's a lot of space. That you could put the United States in there and still have room. That's how large this place is. Okay. Now, early West Africa, the Abu Hassan Ali al-Masudi, he wrote about, in his book, The Book of Golden Meadows, he mentioned the migration patterns from East Africa to West Africa. He said that they marched towards the setting of the sun. That's what he said. He said in his book, or his observation, they marched from the middle of the Nile region over to Niger, to Lake Chad, and onward to the setting of the sun. And who were some of these people? In modern times, they're the Mandinka, the Bambara, Songhai, who else? Dogon people, Fulani, the Hausa, and the Tuareg. Okay, that's the major groups that I learned, that I picked up on. There's quite a few others. I know that there are some others, but and my question is, what are some other ethnic groups in the area? Y'all can comment that. What are some other ethnic groups in the Bilal Sudan? Okay, I mentioned the Mandinka, the Bambara, Songhai, Dogon, Fulani, Hausa, Tuareg. Of course, some of my modern ancestors are Hausa, and some of them are Fulani. Okay, it's pretty cool. So this is pretty personal, and I'm very